Hi, thanks for joining me today in this micro course on values-driven goal design. So I've been asked over the last couple months a lot what values-driven goal design really is. January being kind of goal-setting season, people setting out intentions or big things that they're out to create in their lives and their businesses. People have wanted to know what's the difference between regular goal design and values-driven goal design. So I've created a really short video to just give you a high level of what it is. So regular goal design on its own seems like a really great thing. We think about what we want, we create a vision for our future, and then we set out goals that are going to help us achieve that. The problem is, or the trap is that when we don't do that from a place of actually connecting it to what matters to us most, when we don't connect those values to our goals, we can sometimes create goals that end up having them be empty and meaningless at the end of the day. So values-driven goal design is really about reverse engineering goals. So we start with what matters to us most, our values, the things we care about most in the world. Then we put the end in mind and think about where do we want to go, what do we want to do, what do we want to accomplish, and we bring those two things together. So what happens, the purpose of that and what we end up creating are goals that not only feel great when we get there, but the process is really enjoyable as well. It's challenging, but because they're things that are rooted in what really matters to us, we really tap into that intrinsic motivation, which we know helps us really get to those places that we want to go. So what's the process? There's a 3-step process to values-driven goal design. First of all, you need to know what your values are. There's no way to do this without being fully connected to what matters to you most. Actually, you can do this for your business as well. So this is a personal goal design piece, but also if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you can do this for your business by connecting the goals for your business to the values of your organization. It works the same way. But we're just going to stick with personal goal design here because it's a whole nother topic otherwise. And we're going to move on to what step 2 is. So once you have decided and you're clear on what your own personal values are, the next thing that you want to do is look to see how fully those values are actually being lived in all the different areas of your life. It's one thing to have values, and it's another thing for them to actually be lived. So what you do is you just take stock. And without judgment, without making it wrong, you just look to see where are you living in your values and where are you not. What that does is create some really interesting data to work with. Once you can see where those gaps are, you can start to see how you might design goals that'll have the biggest impact on your life. The next step number 3, is then to set those goals. So the goal setting itself is no different than regular goal setting. We still want to make them specific. We want to make them time-bound. We want them to be energizing. We want them connected to our bigger picture vision. But the key is that they're reverse engineered. So instead of starting with the end in mind, we start with our values in mind and how we can get those values more fully lived. Bonus points are if you can create a goal that has an impact in more than one focus area. This is called a multiple way win, or I call them 5-way wins, because often we work with 5 different focus areas. And when we can create goals that have 5-way wins, what we are able to do is really maximize and leverage our time, energy, resources to have bigger impact in multiple areas. And those are big wins. So there you go. First of all, figure out where your values are. 2, assess how fully those are being lived in your life. And then 3, create values not with the end in mind, but rather starting with those values that matter to you most. What you'll find is you'll create values that support one another instead of compete against one another. And you'll also find the process of working towards your goals just as energizing and fulfilling as when you get to that end goal, which will be amazing as well. So there you have it. If you enjoyed that, please share the video. Also, go to the Winning Academy on my website. There'll be more courses there to support you in being that whole life leader you were out to be. And you can also sign up for the newsletter there, because when you do that, you will be the first to know anytime there's new courses that come out, and I'll be sharing all my best stuff with you there. So thanks, and hope you enjoyed.